Hey everyone. Um, this is last days, so streaming this. Hopefully we'll do pretty decent. At least have a slightly entertaining. Cultists and nomads picked into the first seats of a game that, with round 4 digs, into things a very economic track if you can get digging. It's sad that happens because, like, the digging round is kind of a dwellings round. Then there's TPs, then there's more dwellings. Like, it really encourages to build out a certain way. But alas, that's not the case. Cultists are option always, but yeah, with the whole Earth rewards and the fire workers will very help this game if they come out. But there is a question of like how much stuff can you actually build out. So I think that should be an interesting. We are going to get to choose the color wheel here. It's nice. I think that, and that's not actually true, but I think that I generally perform better when I get to picking the fourth seat. Mark is here, but thinking. So far we have cultists and nomads. I think gray is good in this matchup. Despite that this is like a economic track, these tiles kind of say swarmlings to me. So around 3 big buildings. But we'll see. That's what else it's put in. I think green could be fun. If it's not gray, then I think green being here could be fun. The worst color that anyone can put in here is red. I really don't want to see red. And of course, that's fucking what we get. God, I just can't get a. Like, there's been some talk lately about like the value of auction versus just picking in turn order. Picking in turn order is obviously worse, but like I don't think it's worse than this. This is like I'm just not interested in. But whatever. Go black or gray. Yeah, I'm not gonna. I mean, arguably I should just like make it more even color wheel, but like I kind of despise this type of color wheel. I think a blue faction can be okay. Yeah, our blue faction will be strong, and our green faction will be strong. It'll be hard to evaluate how much stronger this faction is, but this will give nomads a because blue in the game helps nomads, and nomads are the ones who are most troubled by this. I actually think cultists are going to be overrated here. I don't think that they're going to be quite as good as people will. They may not get neighbors for their cult stuff, especially here in the east where they be. Just I think because they can access this, and nomads might be slightly better than you think because they can, and they'll probably be able to open with and then 5. The awkward part for nomads is that I think that there's a high chance to do something like start E3 depending on who's playing them. I don't think that's the place to start, but I do think it's quite likely. I suppose that cult is good because Jack starting D7 and spawn with D get this neighbor like that. But it's not going to be nice at all. You're more disruptive to your opponents just by starting double center, even though it's tough to connect. Eddie is saying color sim Um, I don't really understand it, but I suspect that he's saying that someone like a strong player at the table might be referring to me. Um, uh, I that I'm complaining like on my stream. Derek, if you're watching like during the game, you shouldn't do that. You really shouldn't like watch the game while if you are doing that. Um, uh, okay, so we do have some further bidding action pushed away from mermaids at this price, which might be correct. The past tiles definitely don't suggest too much of mermaids. Not mermaids like we're hoping. Giants, I think, are at a pretty decent price. Come with 10, like they do get to start with this, which is nice. The question is, where does it go? I think as mermaids, I see E3, but obviously, like we have no. Uh, refresh our page there. Um, so I think that we're taking worker power here. It just straight up lets us get out like the most dwellings safely. Um, doing things safely is good for us. You like giants the most here? That's interesting. I think I struggle a little for neighbors. Right? I get neighbors with mermaids up here, or with nomads here. Um, I might be right. Giants are like if E3, then it's going to be a mess. They do take G2, um, but if nomads should start on E8 and make Giants connection much harder. Um, but in the end, this is probably where you start as Giants. This allows raid and make dwellings to get an earlier town. It cuts off nomads here. Probably threatens H mermaids, though I don't know that you actually really want to text that. It's just a lot of digs. Maybe I4. That's also very disruptive to mermaids. Um, yeah, I mean, if I think that I really like Giants if nomads start E8 here. I think that E8 is the right spot, but that's never been a guarantee that means that opponents will actually do that. Nomads are thinking hard about this. They might be crossed at G. I think stranding cultist is better than G4. The upside is that you get an extra hex, but cultist might beat you to E8. That would really make your life awkward. Because you don't want to have to fight to connect through the south here. You want to be able to just ship around to connect. So I don't really like G4 as connection. The alternative is that I could to to Earth. I could put Priest to Earth and Temple to Earth, and then still kind of hope to get doubled. There's a decent number of coins in the game, especially get a Priest to the Earth cult, and there is a chance that you can get double. Um, it's a little risky. Let's try something different. I do think that this probably just leads to nomads rather getting the double dig, but still get out. I probably just get out one dwelling at C3, and then I float F2, um, and then I drop the cult spade on F2. I want it's a very important hex. It's good for my connection dreams. You get one leech from here. I don't know if nomads can upgrade here or here. There's one leech for okay. Cultists are on worker power, so cultists will definitely take double spade. That's unfortunate. Um, realize that giants have a good chance of getting the center town, which is also very strong for them. And cleared that was going to happen. Green being in this game would be bad for giants because green would definitely prevent them just by starting there. But this actually isn't so bad for giants. Maybe I should have put in gray like you suggested because probably double dig with their next action. I want to give two players the choice, so let's put the priest first, which was always our plan. And this will actually enable us to double dig if cultists and nomads pass. Okay, so cultists are going to take Earth 1 first. So let's see if we can get the double spin, or if nomads are going to take it. Nomads only need one dig. They only need B2. Cultists also only need, well, cultists are on worker power, so they definitely should have. That at least is good news for me. They did correctly double dig, which is a little sad for me. We're going to grab the sinks. And I'm going to just hope. I have to hope, I guess, that nomads don't try to open a stronghold here and then sandstorm F2. I guess that makes no sense because they are on temp ship. So let's grab C3. We're going to make our temple over here. Can we give giants all this leech? They can. What's wrong with it? But my thing is that, like, where do I add holds or sanctuary? But I don't think that arguably is not the right thing to think about right now. If I were, I'd probably be considering just grabbing either E7 or bridging this hex and coming over here. Yeah, so they take E7 first, which is cool. Let's make our temple over here. There's a chance that this turns into some sort of weird, that I get this town out here. So I don't think that I need a sanctuary to be here, and I would rather just give this leech to nomads, who I feel like are going to do something weird with, like, taking coins off of this, which I think is a mistake. I think this early you actually might want power instead of coins, but I guess, no, that's not true. Nomads want coins. Earth 1, and they're going to get out a bunch of dwellings. So yeah, I think that I made a mistake in my reluctance to be like a sandwich faction, because nomads are indeed having, like, pretty much the game that I had hoped for with them. I think that that's the wrong place to bridge, but that's fine. Giants are going to pass. They're going to get onto this coin pile. That means that I could get their tile. I don't know what that does me. Next round, I want to build out 2 dwellings, really. And then I can try to sanctuary for 1-1. So I think that if giants pass on this, then I might just pass on to the dwellings pass tile. I'll have 4 dwellings out. That's not a ton. I'll put my priest to fire get the chance. The best tile for me is probably just the 5 coins. So if giants don't get onto that, then that's where I'll go. A chance to put my priest to either water or fire here. Okay. Yeah, we are just going to pass on to the coins. This is a nice trick. We might be able to get double spin as well, which would be pretty sick. My thought process for that is that send priest to 1, and then, wow, cultists are making be here. Don't know how that's going to go. They do have a spade. They already have 1 ship. So I think that their goal is to pass on to temp ship and then ship around the bend to try to connect or something. Or they'll hit H5 and do this. But 2 workers is pretty rough. I think giants will open coins. That's just the most likely thing to happen here, I think. Nomads pass on to the priest. That makes sense. So we're gonna fight for priest spots early. Fire is good for my opponents, but water is probably just better for me. Dominating the water cult seems pretty good to me in this game. So we'll be F2. I'm not advancing my ship or anything this round, so I think that just standard spots is good for me. Why did the Giants take the bridge? I think Giants took this bridge because they're. I think that is probably just a mistake. I thought the right place to bridge was I6, if they were going to bridge at all, but they have done this. They've left the coins, which is a little awkward for me. I don't want nomads to get these coins because they can really make a killing off of them. But now that I think about it, I noticed that I'm on this cult step. That actually does make the fire cult a little better because I can get this worker. But I do think that putting it to water is still better. Nomads are going to put priest to fire here. I don't think that they're going to rush coins. I'm hoping to get some spades. I would love to get E5, C4 here with a double spade. Nomads indeed do take priest to fire as we predicted. Cultists unfortunately have no way to give me leech, and I don't think that giants are going to give me leech either. So actually, I'm kind of in a crappy spot. So I suppose giants will take coins now. Cultists grab another earth spot. Seems very sensible. Maybe we just build these 2 hexes and then we pass on to this. Actually, giants arguably can just pass onto here right now. It would be kind of bad, but not that bad. But I think that they can breed out 1 more action. The thing is, like, do they actually have another action worth taking? The answer might be no. In which case, they could just pass, grab the coins next round. Yeah, I mean, I don't particularly love this bridge. I do think that it means that they have a chance at making a town next round, but yeah, they totally should have towned in the center without bridges, in my opinion. And yeah, they would have a town right now, right? Because instead of C2, they would have F4 and they would have a TP. So then they would have a ship town, and then they could like start hitting other hexes. They might even be able to get a coin town and make a temple this round and then upgrade ship next round. But this is what happened. I think that they wanted probably to make a. They might have had a dream of making like a temple this round and a TP next round, something like that, or a sanctuary next round. Um, but yeah, they didn't quite have the stuff for that, I think. Though they're close. They're actually quite close. I don't think that they'll struggle to get the coins for that next round, but um, let's put our cult bump now on Earth. This actually enables us to take either of these power actions now. Nomads are facing the dilemma whether to take coins. The answer is they should take coins, but they might also put their priest on the Earth cult first if they sense my reluctance to take coins right now. The stronger players than me would probably have already taken coins right now in my spot. They wanted to claim spots on the fire cult before they take the coins action, which makes sense to me. I guess it's quite disappointing to me, honestly, that this happened with giants because cultists take Earth too. I think I kind of like it's awkward because now I kind of have to take coins. Otherwise, like, do nomads just win the game if I don't take coins here? But I could also just take spades. I want spades as well. Let's see. We want to build a sanctuary next round. If we build 4 dwellings now, and we spend 8 coins, we'll have 6 left over. We can scrounge together 2 coins for a sanctuary. I'm certain of it. So let's let nomads have the coins. We'll both play big games, and then we'll see who comes out on top. I think that this turns this game into something of a 2-horse race. The question is, does this go A8, B3, or F2? Or E5, B3, or C4? That's what I'm. Sorry, C4 is a must. The question is, where's the other one go? Does it go B3 or E5? That's realistically where I'm considering here. This hex is guaranteed to get leech. I never have to upgrade it. So let's just do that. I guess I could have taken E5 to cut Giant's connection, but I'm not sure that cutting Giant's connection is actually good. You think that F5 doesn't help any one of them? You talking about cultists, or are you talking about where I could dig and you're reading the hexes wrong? Oh, giants are already connected. Yeah, you're right. You're right. So E5 doesn't do anything other than gets me a spot with a neighbor to make this town potentially. Which hey, it could still be decent to try to make a 2-key town or something through here, or like a whatever town, right? No, eventually get the so I can try to carve a town through here. Giants are hopefully going to be a little shipping to get up here. They do take 10 ship. Nomads unfortunately are competing with me for this tile. Have to build F2, like certainly. I would like to see nomads make a temple here. Okay, giants do make their temple. Fair enough. So if I build F2 here, right, and then I pass on a giant's tile, that means I'm giving up 2 workers. But giving up 2 workers could be worth it in this game for all these points. It's 2 workers for, I'm going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 dwellings out next round. Like, that's not that bad, right? Cultists have built 0 dwellings this game so far. That seems like a problem. They feel a town through the center, though. The end of this tile suggests that they want a stronghold, which is hilarious, or a sanctuary rather. They would be taking coins first, no question. Then they would be sanctuarying here. Yeah, so giants are still in the game. They take fire 1, which is pretty cool. They need all the help they can get to get their sanctuary out. They're going to pass onto this tile or this tile. Okay, I am going to do something dumb here, and I'm going to greed a little bit. I'm going to greed out 1 more dwelling and hope that nomads want to make a TP, or hope not to make a temple. If they wind up passing, it really kind of sucks for me. There's nothing else that's really good for me. Oh, giants pass on a temp ship. That's interesting. I guess like this really hurts their chances at making their sanctuary, which I really thought that they wanted to. If they pass onto the TP tile, then they get the worker that they need for a sanctuary. But whatever. This does get them onto I5. This is better for their expansion, so I'm never gonna hate on someone having better expansion. But yeah, let's do this, and we'll see how nomad. If they passed, then I picked wrong, right? But no, they do pick this, which is good for me. They also take fire 1. It is now time for me to pass. This double temple nomads game looks really, really strong. I think that nomads are probably a favorite in this game right now. Cultists might be able to get priest to air and take the coins action here. Giants have shown kind of an unwillingness to take the coins action when they really should have this round. Okay, cultists just secure coins first, which I didn't actually quite expect. We actually could sanctuary for great for cultists, but I don't feel bad for them. Like they're still cultists. Cultists are still like the strongest faction. Giants here have the option to drop their landscape on I6 and then sanctuary for like they can do priest or worker and then sanctuary for a town. Okay, so he gives up on the sanctuary this round. Um, so there's no rush on water 1, but that doesn't mean that we shouldn't just grab it anyway, right? Our economy is actually in a position that are we to get a 2-key town here? I think that putting a priest here isn't awful, and there's no way that I'm losing water 1 by doing this, so we can definitely afford this. Um, I'm suspecting what is through these hexes. And then maybe like a 4-hex town with a landscape here. Be a town through here. And then I try to get here if I can late in the game. That's more of like a dwellings thing than a town thing. Yeah, this lack of neighbors here is not helping their cult game. They've dominated the Earth cult, which is good for their coin situation. I believe that they're going to get some shipping this round. Um, or they could pass on to this and try to go digging next round. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. Nomads are going to put 2 priests to Earth and really jam the cult so that I'm disincentivized to try to win it. Their game is just so good. I love Nomad's game right now. Um, I think that they're angling toward getting the power for double spade, is what's happening. And I'm probably going to give it to them with this sanctuary. I don't mind. Our round is going to go sanctuary, H2. Very predictably, we've started to run out of coins a little bit. Giants advanced shipping again. Okay, so they're going to be able to get onto. They now have 2 ships, so they can get onto a variety of different hexes. They could hit A4, but that seems really bad. They could come to 6 and then grab B4. That would be pretty cool. But it remains to be seen if that's actually what's going to happen. We will just kill our economy for now for some points. No, have a very tough decision because they really want that double spade. So they might be willing to give up this coin right now for the double spade. I think that's the right move if they really want spades. Now, I don't know if they should really want spades. I think that it's very able that they should be going for their stronghold here. Taking the workers' action and going for a stronghold, but obviously it's a sanctuary as well. I think here about this leech. I think that the right thing to do is just take the leech and then do your thing. If what you really want is to double spade, just take the leech and double spade. But they might be trying to figure out if they actually want to double spade here, which is a reasonable question. Okay, so they do that instead, which is fine. We are just going to secure water 1. Then we're going to build this dwelling. Then we're going to pass. Unfortunately, we don't have the leech to get a coins action, which is a bummer. Okay, nomads are going for a stronghold anyway. Yeah, okay. Sorry. Nomads are going for the stronghold instead of the double spade, which I think is pretty sensible. I would love for giants to come to a6, but that does mean that I'm these over here. I'm going to lose 2 blues. Giants do take a6 here. Because, okay. So yeah, giants do take a6. We're going to lose some hexes. Giants will pass. They probably take the TP tile. So that gets the coins tile, which is cool. Nomads actually hilariously do get offered double spade, but they no longer have a reason to take it, so it's likely to be a sanctuary here. Or a, yeah, they grab the workers. They take 4 to take that away from me. So we're actually having our game shrunk quite a bit. Giants are threatening. Nomads are threatening these northern blues. Don't have any reason to leave those for me. So I only really have 2 natural blues that, like 4 natural blues that people. Cultists do make a sanctuary, but they make it on the other side. They're going for fire 2. Seems to imply that they're going to rush the 2 key down. Giants do put down the landscape at last, which means that I get to pass first. But I still want this. But this is because I don't get a coins action. That's what I'm seeing. Unless nomads do stronghold, I guess. If stronghold, I will get a coins action. And I should consider if I want spades or coins. The one thought is that it's a spade round coming up. So it could be 2 extra points. Oh, okay. So the landscape gets dropped up here. Okay. TP tile is juicy, but I'm not sure that that's actually the right thing for us here. This nomad is amazing. I think they're actually going to get the 2 key town, right? Nomads are going to take a4, a3, and they're going to get the 2 key town. cultists are going to build this and then probably hard dig down this to make the two town. We need to figure out where our points are coming from. I guess we do have one water one right now. This is sad. This is very because it means that nomads have no competition for water one. They're going to be able to sanctuary at their maybe at the beginning of this round. Like if they take a coin town here or the two key town, then they're going to have like all the coins that they need, especially with the earth called coins, which means that they'll be able to open round 3 with water 1, which is obviously bad for us. We need both of these water cult spades in order to get stuff done. So there will be a cult priest going to water at the end of this round. You think cultists might have a hard time reaching 100 victory points? I don't know if that's the case. They're going to get, like, they still have Earth 1 points. So I think that they get out to, like, let's say that they manage to get out to 8 structures by the end of the game, right? That means that they're going to build 10 more points of Earth 1. They're already at 44, so they're going to get, like, let's say 12 more points of Earth 1, 56. They're going to get some TPs out in this round, so you know, let's say they get 2 TPs out this round. That's 62. They're going to get like 20-ish cult points. That's 82. Let's say they get like 2 points here or 4 points here, 86. 6 points here, 92. Actually, it might be hard for them to break 100. They're going to be like around 100 probably. But like they could get on pass tiles and stuff, right? Like they could get leech that enables them to build more stuff. I think we have to do this. It's not amazing, but if we don't do this, we're in trouble. So all the hexes that we want are kind of gone. Or like, basically, I don't expect to get any of these hexes up in the north anymore. But Giants take the 2 key town, which is definitely bad. This is not good for Giants. It's not good for me either, particularly. I think that the best thing that happened was if Cultists got it. But they do secure water 1. But they were always going to get water 1. Okay. I don't know. Maybe Giants are still in this game. I think that right now it's Nomads by fair margin, then me, and then another fair margin, then Giants, then another fair margin, then Cultists. But I could be wrong. Giants could be a lot more competitive than I think with me. But I do think that overall Nomads are winning and Cultists are losing. And I'm probably second. I assume this is an 8-pointer for Nomads. They don't really need anything else. Wait, this guy's open? Well, shit. Unfortunately, Nomads are going to beat me there. Yeah, that's really unfortunate that Nomads are getting onto that tile. Wow. But there's nothing I can do about it. I just have too much stuff left to do. So speaking of that stuff, I believe that one of my actions here is to advance ship. That gets me to that gets me to C1. Then I build D2. Maybe I make a TP and I build A11. I might have the stuff to do that, might not. But I think that overall, that's kind of the game plan that I want here. All right, so that's 4 coins, 6 coins, 8 coins, 11 coins to make a TP, and then I'm 1 short of being able to build A11. I don't really anticipate any more leech. But I think that securing D2 is a good move. I probably just won't get these hexes later in the game. There's also the question of, can we dig out a town right now? If we do E5 landscape, well, we probably need B5 this round, right? Let's grab B5, because if we don't get this, then giants might just carve through here, and yeah, let's not think too hard about this. It is technically true that we actually don't need a ship advance right now. I also, by the way, I don't particularly love this coin town. I think that the right thing to do was to take an 8-pointer there for nomads. You get a boost in power here. I guess that they're going to advance their ship or something, but they kind of actually need I7 to connect, though it's possible that their economy is good enough that they don't need to connect E8 to win this game. But I think that they're going to finally give nomads this neighbor. They might give me this neighbor. This is very unfortunate, because I was hoping that giants were coming over here to give me neighbors. Wow, that's right. So cultists do get an 8-pointer, I suppose it is now. But I think if they really wanted this neighbor from nomads, they could have. I guess they couldn't wait anymore. They take a power town, which is kind of like a coin town. I guess they're going to get double spade. Their game's pretty messy right now, admittedly. It's not really like they couldn't do that much about it, so I won't give them too much crap about it. Build our natural hex. Giants have passed. I think that is our cue to pass as well if we can. I don't know if we can outlast nomads here. Like, what are we doing for the rest of this round? Now we have a cult bump, but if nomads want to outlast me, they very easily can. I think the right move for me is probably just to pass on to this guy. Nomads could actually pass here, and if they do, that's probably my best case scenario. My best case scenario is that nomads just pass. And then I get the TP tile. But no, they're gonna keep staying in the round. I can't afford to have a fast round next round. So if I read out this cult bump on Earth or something for a coin, then I might just get locked out of pass tiles both rounds. Because like nomads could have a very short round next round. So I think that we actually just need to pass. There is a question of who's getting coins next round, and I think the answer is probably depends on who wants coins, right? Like cultists could get the coins, but they might just take spades right now and come here, which means that nomads would get coins next round, which is like comical. Yeah, cultists unfortunately do take a spade here. They're by the way, they're doing much better than we thought they were, right? Like let's say they build out 5 more dwellings, and 3 of them are in this. They build out 5 more dwellings. That's like 20 points, 78. Then they have 20 cult points. That's 98. And then they make like 12 points of dwellings. Yeah, they are going to break 100 quite easily. But they might not break 120 still. We should figure out where we want our two cult spades to go later in the game. I believe that I2 is clearly one of them. Whether or not this is a town. Okay, here comes water 1 for nomads. Oh, it's earth 3. Okay. I don't think that that's a great move. But who knows? Like it could try for that anyways. Cultists are going to ban the water cult, so they're going to come after my cult points, which is sad. I may just open with a priest of water then. Nomads do seem on like having on outlasting cultists here, but I don't think that nomads want a fast round next round either, which is what's a little strange. Oh, they take a double spade. Okay. That seems fine on the spade round, yeah. So they outlast so that no one gets this pass tile, but like that hurts their. Like I'm not sure that helps themselves that much. I think that Eddie is saying, does anyone think that this game is fun? Definitely setting a priest to water here. After that, we might just advance our ship for the remainder of our stuff. But this priest to water is very important for our cult spades. Giants take the bridge, which is actually kind of a bummer for me because I have much time here. I would love to get the 3 ship this round and hit hexes here, but I just don't have that option, so. I believe that I should be trying to get down to G3 this round. Oh, Giants are going to try to 3 town. That's pretty ambitious of them. We each figure out if we're going to win this game, right? We're never ending without building all of our TPs. I think we're definitely building all of our TPs this round. We would love to get a coins action if we can. Giants buying this bridge actually can help us with. Oh, nomads just gave us the coins. Okay, so we're gonna just take a maximum length round, and then we might hard dig down a dwelling at the end of it because we are on the dwellings pass tile. It's good economy. Actually, how greedy is it for me to try to get the coins action with lead? That can't be right. We collect a little bit of. We actually aren't in great towning position, so I need to think a little bit about how we're going to handle that. Like, where are our towns coming from, right? I still think that we want. I think that it's looking like it should be a 3-town game plan with one here, one down here. But like, we're actually not this round, which is pretty awkward. And it does require fire as well, which might have to happen next round. Still want Water 1. Now that they've taken Earth 3, Water 1 might no longer be as appealing. Giants, okay, both these guys take big leeches. I mean, I would totally be taking big leech as well, but it's pretty expensive, victory point wise. Nomads actually are nomads need a big hex. They can connect through 8F4. They might not realize it. And if they don't realize it, I might try to cut their connection there. Because they're a winning network outright. That's a lot of things that they can do. But they also want to play the track, so it's kind of a tricky spot. I actually think that one small error in Nomad's game is that they put the land on E3 instead of B2. This is a good spot to put a landscape on. Here comes Water 1. Dirk will probably upgrade G2 next. Has already used this. He's passing for a lot of points, so admittedly. So I think that we've locked ourselves either into taking E5 or getting a bridge. People are talking about giants here, but I'm not sure exactly what they're saying. Something to the effect of the 3 of us. I'm not sure exactly what though. Yeah, I think that this is the stronghold. This is the landscape town. Nomads unfortunately have not come over here yet. They make a TP here, which I don't really get it. I think that they might need this to sandstorm F4 right now. Yeah, they probably need to sandstorm F4 now. Yeah, nomads might be showing like some like chinks in their armor a little bit right now, which is potentially good news for us. I can get like a little more leech this game, this round specifically. But I actually don't see who's giving me leech, which is kind of worrying. That 2-for-1. Like, it's possible that I should have just declined that, and I couldn't have gotten it. Like, ooh, cultists are advancing digs, so they're going to carve out a town over here, which is also sad for me because I'm losing hexes that I want. But they have found ways to make points. Advancing digs is a good way to make points. Nomad Sandstorm down here, which means that I can, like, their final Sandstorm has to be on F4 so that they can connect, I think. So that means that I'm probably going to get C1, D2. That would be nice. This probably means that they also want to build H1 this round. I would appreciate that. Giants are going to crowd the air cults. Nothing I can do about that, unfortunately. Cultist pass seems fine. I believe we said that we were cultivating here and here. Nomads are going to stay in the round longer. They want to make a TP and a dwelling. I think that's the right move for them. They have so much stuff right now. We are going to pass on to this because I think that we want a stronghold through here. Is there anything that we can greed that we might want? We could greed out a priest to air, but I think that's bad because you want, yeah, priest to air is probably bad. We could hard dig out a dwelling on E5. That would prevent us from needing a bridge. Because I really think that nomads probably still want TP and dwelling. Can I gamble on that is the question. Like, if I need this dig anyway, then coming here isn't the worst. Yeah, let's try this and just hope that nomads are planning to. This actually shrinks my shipping needs, which is nice. Wow, I'm in a huge workers deficit. I need to pass. I need to pass for sure. I need to take workers towns. Okay, nomads do make a TP over here. I think that they still want a dwelling. I'm going to greed out a ship advance. Yeah. We're greeting out this ship advance because I think that this means that we can put the cult spade on C1, A10. And then all I need is one hard dig. Don't pass, please. They make another TP. It is over here. I get even more leech. That is beautiful. And we get to pass on to some workers, which is great. So all told, this is working out like about as well as we could have hoped. Nomads will build H1, so I guess I could have taken one more leech. I could have down converted one more because they are going to build this right now. I expect they have exactly the stuff to build H1. Yeah, they're going to get out to like ridiculous network. We're going to get out to like maybe 5 stuff left on our board. God, are we losing network to giants? Are giants just beating us? They have better cult. I guess they're not on any pass points. And they don't have Earth 1, but they are getting 2 towns next round, so. So we want Temple for Fire 2. We want Hold. So that's 6 workers, and we want a hard dig here and a dwelling here. I say we start with Fire 2. Grab ourselves. I'd say grab ourselves an 8-pointer. Because it is kind of disastrous for us if we don't get Fire 2. Now, you know what? I'm gonna claim that ones are pretty good for me as well. 8-pointers don't hurt me that much if other players get them. That's one of the benefits to having 8-pointers normally. So I'm going to say that we can afford to just lock up hexes first. It might be a bold claim, but yeah, like cultists are getting slow to make a town. Giants, so if they take an 8-pointer, they take an 8-pointer. I'm just going to say that Fire 2 is not under pressure. And I could be dead wrong, and then it's a 2-town game. But I really don't think that Nomads should be messing with Fire 2 when they have 4 dwellings to build and Earth 1, and it's a dwellings round. I think that they need F4 pretty badly. And to me, that should be their next move. Yeah, okay, they take F4. So the Sandstorm threat is gone, which means that my next hex is A10, because Giants are building A9, so I'm building A10. Giants do have advanced digs, so slightly advanced digs, so I do need to be a little conscientious of that. If Giants Fire 2, then I'm probably going to Fire 2 here. Okay, they build A9, so I'm going to build A10. I'm just going to respect that they technically can do something there. I'm not going to town. We want a 3-town. Yeah, I think priest towns are better than 8-pointers for me currently. Priests I can just send to air. Cultists aren't going to make another town, so they're just going to build out dwellings for the rest of their game. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, they're going to build out 3 more dwellings for 4 points each. That's 12 points. Plus 2, 14 more points, 90. Okay. Okay, now we can secure fire 2, which we wanted. So, okay, here's the upside to the 8-pointer. The upside to the 8-pointer is that I actually get the 1 power that I get off of this cult is enough to take this. And I really want the single state currently. So actually, I think that I actually do really want the pointer, which is a little ironic. After all that discussion about not wanting the 8-pointer, in the end, it's the 1 power that actually helps me. Because who wants to take no one wants to take the workers' town to hard dig. Just take the coin, dude. There's no way that taking power can be better than taking this coin right now. Unless they're considering taking the power spade. But again, like, there's no reason to have 5 power instead of 4 power if you're just taking the power spade. I mean, I suppose nomads could take a power spade. They could power spade D7. But again, they can just advance ship to hit B6, and then they could hit these hexes. Advancing ship is better anyway. It's more points. A power spade is 4 points. Or, like, advancing ship is, and it's about the same cost. So, yeah, if I were nomads, my last moves would be build, advance ship, build. That's 12 points of dwellings, 4 points of advanced ship. That's 16 more points. 16 plus 8 is 24. So that's 113. Yeah, so they're just going to build their dwellings out. Dirk will be taking fire too soon, I believe. There it is. And I presume this is an 8-pointer for Giants, because an 8-pointer for Giants actually is quite good. It competes on 2 tracks, but they take the ship town, which I think... Okay, I mean, I guess they needed to connect. Yeah, I mean, I don't know about that one. Okay. We will drop the landscape, and we will put it here. Offer a big leech to Giants. I don't know if they want it. Should we just take the other 8-pointer? Like, it gets us 5 power, which is kind of neat. It's also possible that we want, like, power towns and... We're probably just going to leave 5 stuff on our board, right? Is that what's happening here? We're just going to leave 5 stuff on our board? We're going to get this thing, and then we're going to build out 1 more dwelling, and that'll be it. Town. And a power town. Then I think that we could get out 1 extra dwelling. Yeah, because we need 4 workers, like if we want stronghold, oh, we're getting out of dwelling anyway. Okay, let's just take this influx of power then. Next, build this stronghold. That'll get us some nice points. And then we'll build a dwelling, and that'll be it. So the last one is probably just an 11 pointer. And then we go priest to worker to build this. The other priest isn't that good. I can't beat giants on air. They're going to beat me on air every time. So I'm going to end with 14 cult points. So yeah, nomads do have this. Can't I go for TP and 2 dwellings? Oh, there's an interesting idea. I cannot do that unless I take a ship town, but there is a ship town left. Is that more points than the stronghold? We need to think about that, right? A stronghold is 5 points off of, or is 4 points here. So we're talking about 1 extra TP, that's 3 points, and 1 extra dwelling, which is 4 more points. So we're talking about a line that gets me 7 more points, right? And then I take a 4-point town. But if I could just take the 11-point town instead, which is worth 7 more points, and I get 4 more points for passing. I don't think that it actually has any implication on network, if I'm not wrong. I don't think giants are really getting out more structures. Yeah. So I actually really like the line that you suggested there, Locks, but I think that I'm just going to go for... Yeah, I mean, I like the line that you suggested. And I guess I forestall my decision just by building this guy here. But maybe I don't want to give that to nomads. Yeah, I mean, I could be building these 2 hexes instead of this hex, but I'm not going to think too hard about this. I think that I'm just going to stick with my original line. I'm never tying nomads on network, right? So the dwelling weirdly doesn't get me that much. It's 7 points, and I would get those 7 points from taking an 11-point town anyway. So the answer is I'm just going to take the 11-pointer. There's also like a slight bias in like that was what I thought that I was going to do. I don't want to like, have my decisions too much by the chat. So, so yeah, I think 8 more points coming for nomads. Oh, nomads could send priests to air right now. That's actually really valuable for nomads. Hopefully they don't see that. They advance ship first. Cultists would do well to place. Okay, cultists place the final priest air. That makes me feel better. That's just 1 fewer thing that nomads can do. Giants are going to make it TP. They're going to give the leech to nomads. I'm going to build I4. You think I could advance shipping via priest, take a higher VP town, and still be able to 2 dwelling? That might be true. That might be true, but is it worth, like, so TP and 2 dwellings is, like, the TP and the extra TP and the dwelling is 7 points better than than building only one dwelling, right? But I also get 4 points off of this. So the question is the town that I'm getting like that much better? Like it might be 1 point better to take the TP tile instead, right? That's we're looking at a difference of like 1 point in the end. Does it help me to take this priest away from someone else? The answer there is probably not. I don't really see anywhere where a priest hurts me or helps me. So let's just round out our game. Okay, that's that. Nomads get 4 more points from this dwelling. Then let's say they get a leech. They get 3 points from water 1, so that would be 108. 108 plus 8 is, or maybe they just have a resource point, right? More realistically, this is just a resource point, and they don't get a leech. Do they get a leech? Let's say they get this leech and they make a TP. So they have 108, 116. Network outright is 134. 134 plus 12 is 146. Do I have 146? It's theoretically possible that I have 146. Giants don't have enough digging to get out 3 structures, so yeah, I'm locked in. I have 8 points here, so that's 128 plus 10 plus 12. That's 140, 148, 150, 154. I believe that actually beats nomads. So maybe I was a little overly pessimistic about my score. We're about to find out. Our next action is to pass. It's water 2, which I don't particularly like. I think air 1 is just better. Yeah, air 1 was clearly better here. This does force nomads to use a priest to defend themselves, but like they're happy to do that anyway, so whatever. So we are done here. Nomads actually do have the stuff to make a TP, so yeah, it is going to be... Oh no, they put the priest to fire instead. Which is fine. That's 2 points. TP was 3 points. I don't think that they're in contention. I don't think Giants are actually in contention with them. So I actually think that the TP was better versus me. This is 107. So 106 plus 12, 108 plus 8, 116 plus outright network win. Well, I'm missing something here. Hilariously, Giants are going to beat them on the fire cult anyway. Slightly bad break for nomads. They really should have just made that TP, but it's okay. we do escape this ugly color matchup with a win. It looks like Nomads did a very impressive job with what they did, but I think that they lost the thread. I think that Earth 3 was a big mistake. They didn't need to build out this temple. They could have just taken 4 points less. They didn't wind up using all of those extra resources anyway. Made more TPs during the TP round instead of having a temple to get water 1 then. Yeah, I think that if Nomads don't take Earth 3, then they're probably winning this game. You just don't need Earth 3 that bad. Like cultists were nowhere near a threat. You got like 3 extra coins from it or whatever, 4 extra coins. But those 4 extra coins could just be invested in not making. Those priests didn't do you that much good anyway. Like, yeah. Giants advanced ship with their final action instead of setting priest to fire. So yeah, we escape, which feels kind of nice. It's been a while since we won an arena game. This wasn't necessarily the strongest table, but I think that players played pretty well, especially Nomads. Giants, I think, had like an interesting idea. Like they did wind up making 3 towns, but I would say that this is one of those games, and I think that it does happen a fair amount, where 3 towns is just not that important. Like, instead of Fire 2, if you just advance your digs, right? Advancing digs is 6 points, and they took like a ship town, which is a very unimpressive town. That wound up being like an 8-point town for them. So if they had taken Air 1 with that temple instead, and just not made a 3rd town, you know, they're actually just as well off. Yeah, Air 1 and like an 11-pointer instead of this guy here is like, should be fine. Oh, I didn't see. Yeah, cultists did easily get to 100, but they didn't get far beyond as you predict. It's just not that easy for cultists. Cultists, the player, and I sympathize a lot, complained a lot of the color matchup, and I totally sympathize with that. So, yeah, we saw this game, which feels good. Cultists had the shortest game. They simply just didn't have that much. Actually, had a relatively low action game. Cultists somehow had more actions than us, despite having no neighbors and no leech all game. I guess that happens with like priest production and stuff. So let's see if there's anything interesting to note here. We didn't have a particularly great scoring game. Nomads did better here. Nomads had built a lot more stuff. So despite building things slightly like out of sequence, they still got more points and favors. I think that one thing that Nomads could have done better in round 1 is not drop. They could have just built a dwelling here or left this yellow and just built 2 dwellings and then built this later. I think it's a bit of a mistake to build this landscape so early for Nomads. Well, I mean, I guess they got plenty of coins leech off of it, so like it might have scored a few victory points. But I think extra worker production could have been better. We did not have we had a decent passing game. It's Nomads who struggled with a passing game. If they had blocked me on that pass tile, by the way, which they could have, that might have been enough to win the game. Might have. But in that case, I probably do go the multiple TPs route instead of the dwellings route. This is the real reason why we won, guys. Like this is just always good. You're like 3 high value towns without sacrificing too much is just really, really good. We didn't really sacrifice anything in this game, and I think that's important. And wow, this is a lot less power lost to structures than I thought with yellow and blue in the game. I guess Nomads kind of built through that stuff before I could upgrade. But wow, let me see. Oh, okay. So we got extremely efficient power gain this game. We got 28 instances of gained power, or 24 instances of gained power. That's actually more efficient than nomads leech, which is cool. Yeah, I don't know if there's a ton of lessons to learn from this game, honestly. I think that like the most important lesson to take away from this game is it's very good to be like mermaids in this matchup. Um, it's just like really hard for someone else to win. Like basically 9 points um, of a head start is not nearly enough for nomads. And like cultists in this color matchup are a lot worse than you think because there's no one in the east. They actually really struggle if black, green, and gray aren't in the game, so that no one's actually in the east to give you neighbors, and also yellow is crowding you out of a town in the center. Um, yeah, like we took Earth One, Water One like chumps this game, but like we had to play a game plan that accordingly like paid us out an economy, which meant that we prioritized getting a spade, like the Earth Spade. We prioritized getting coins off the cult. I think that we're going to see like some interesting numbers there. Um, so this is us. We tried to pass as much as we could onto that tile, the four coins tile, but yeah, we depended heavily on getting 9 points off the cults this game, and I think that that was pretty important. Um, not again, like we didn't actually have that much leech that we could convert coins that much. So anyway, thanks everyone for watching. It feels good. Like we actually only gained 5 elo for this, so we gained a lot less for this than our third place yesterday. But appreciate this. Appreciate the viewers. Appreciate the chatters. I don't know when I'll be streaming next, but hopefully it won't be too long for now. Maybe next Saturday. All right. See you, everyone.